When the year started, one of my goals was to read more books. So for January, I read 4 books. For the month of February, I gave myself the whole month to read A Little Life, but I ended up finishing a lot sooner than I thought. So I did get into a second book. And now that March is starting, I'm going to be getting into 4 books for the month, but I want to go over these two. A Little Life. Where do I start? This is probably the heaviest book I've ever read in my life. And I don't think I want to read anything else this heavy ever again. This made me angry. It made me sad. It made me happy in very small moments. But those happy moments were always overshadowed by trauma or grief or just some type of feeling that you don't want to feel. But can I just say the writing is immaculate. The author did a fantastic job at giving us a very well-written story. So specific, maybe almost too specific, almost too detailed, but whew, the imagery, everything about this book. If you are an avid reader and really want to challenge yourself, please read this book, but you have to be aware that this book is going to destroy you emotionally, mentally. It takes a lot out of you. But I don't regret reading it because I've had this book sitting on my shelf for over a year and I waited until I was ready. And I don't think anything can fully prepare you for the words that come off of the page when you read this book. But can I just say also the characters? Jude St. Francis will forever stay with me. He will forever be a part of me. And I'm okay with that. Since I had an extra week left in February, I decided to read this book by Jennette McCurdy. It's called I'm Glad My Mom Died. This is kind of like a memoir. Actually, it is a memoir. She's telling us exactly everything she went through. If you don't know, Jennette McCurdy is a child star or was a child star. I actually grew up watching her. I didn't grow up watching her. My kids did. So I feel like I know a lot about her as well. But she was on iCarly, Sam and Cat. And it's so funny when you read a book about a real life person and you just always assume they're a lot like their characters, but she was not. She was actually quite the opposite. The book is actually really interesting and it actually just made me really sad for her. And it makes me sad for a lot of child actors who don't have a lot of say-so in the choices that are made for them because their parents make them. But her mom put her in acting for all the wrong reasons to support her family. And I'm sorry, that is not a child's job. It's not. So this book really opens your eyes to what child stars go through. At the end of March, I will have 4 more books that we can go over. But if you have any book recommendations, please drop them in the comments.